So now, as we have seen how the earth is structured, let us move further into the chapter and learn more about the interior of the earth. So as you can see in this table, there are elements and the percentage of each element present on the earth's crust. So these 8 elements are the most abundant elements on the earth's crust. Means these elements are present on the earth's crust in more quantity. They constitute around 99% of the total mass of the earth, and as you can see in the table, other elements constitute less than 1% of the total mass. So our earth is a dynamic planet. Dynamic means it constantly keeps on changing. It undergoes several internal and external changes since millions of years. So the interior of the earth is also dynamic. It constantly changes. The layers of rocks inside the earth are not made up of any one type of material. अर्थ के इंटीरियर में जो रॉक्स है हर एक लेयर पे वो सारे लेयर्स के रॉक्स सेम मटेरियल से नहीं बने. देयर आर सम चेंजेस. The materials that make up the inner layers are heavier and denser than those of the outer layer, which we have already discussed. So our knowledge about the interior of the earth and the materials of which it is made up of is based on 3 important sources. They are A. Seismic waves, B. Product of volcanoes, and C. Rocks. So these are the proofs or evidences through which we can know about the interior of the earth. Yes, इससे हम आइडिया लगा सकते हैं कि अर्थ का इंटीरियर कैसा है और किस मटेरियल से बना है. Let us see each of them. A. Seismic waves. So the first thing, as soon as you hear the word seismic, you have to keep in mind that seismic would be something connected to the earthquake or something which is caused by the earthquake. The study of earthquake and seismic waves is called seismology. So these earthquake waves or seismic waves travel through the layers of earth and move at different speeds through different layers of the earth, and these waves are generated in the interior of the earth. The intensity of the earthquake means earthquake कितना severe होगा, कितना extreme होगा, कितना ज़्यादा होगा, it depends on the depth at which it is originated. मतलब कितने deep में से उसकी शुरुआत हुई है, उस पे depend करेगा कि earthquake कितना intense होगा. So, as you can see here in the figure given, the point of origin of an earthquake under the surface of the earth is known as focus. अर्थ सरफेस के नीचे वो पॉइंट जहां से earthquake start होता है, that is known as focus, and the point above the focus on the surface of the earth is called the epicenter. फोकस के डायरेक्टली ऊपर जो अर्थ सरफेस पे पॉइंट है, that is called the epicenter. Now whenever there is an earthquake, life and property का maximum damage, सबसे ज़्यादा damage epicenter पे होता है, and जैसे जैसे we'll move away from the place of epicenter, the strength of the earthquake decreases. So there are two main types of seismic waves, the P waves and the S waves. P waves are the primary waves and S waves are the secondary waves. P waves cause very less damage as nothing can disturb their movement. They can travel through any type of medium, solid as well as liquid. P waves अर्थ के इंटीरियर में solid हो या liquid किसी भी मीडियम के थ्रू ट्रेवल कर सकता है, and that is the reason the movement of P waves is not disturbed, whereas the S waves can only travel through solid medium. S waves सिर्फ solid medium के थ्रू travel कर सकता है, they cannot travel through liquid medium. So for example, if you are playing a snake game on your phone, so what would your snake do when there are obstacles in its path? The snake would shift its movement and avoid the obstacle. Such are the S waves. Their movement is similar to the movement of a snake. These waves cause the strong shaking action. So by studying these waves and how they move through the inner part of the earth, scientists came to know about the structure of the earth's interior. Next is B, product of volcanoes. So when there is a volcanic eruption, materials such as lava, gases, ashes, rocks and steam are thrown out to the surface from the interior of the earth. So the coming out of these materials are the proof that as we move deep inside the interior of the earth, the temperature increases, and the interior of the earth is made up of rocks in solid and liquid states. And the last important evidence are the rocks. So rocks on the earth's crust transform or change from one form to another in a cyclic order called the rock cycle. So rocks change their form, or you can say they are recycled or converted from one form to another due to weathering, erosion, deposition, solidification, high pressure, temperature, etc. We learn rock cycle and its processes in a detailed manner as we move further into the chapter with the three main types of rocks. So these are the evidences through which we know about the structure and composition of the interior of the earth.